All right, everybody. My name is Joan Robison. I am an Elite 2 and Platinum 1 here at Modere, and I am a mom of 2 kids and a grandma of 4 grandchildren, and I live in Scottsdale, Arizona, where today the sun is out. It's a beautiful day, and I'm so excited to be here on the Saturday calls, and I just want to take a moment and welcome each of you to this call. I know that there's some of you that are coming to this call to, get inspired, get the training tips, and, begin learning or continuing to learn the skills. And I want to just say great job for investing in you and making the time to be here. And I also know there's some of you out there that are looking at Modere as a business. And what I love so much about these calls is it's an opportunity every single Saturday to learn more about the journeys that our social marketers are on and more about the culture here at Modere. So I'm going to start off by just sharing a little bit around my story. And because right now we are so focused on recruiting and really adding new social marketers to our teams, and for the reason of supporting and serving people, truly helping people achieve their dreams, their goals, and their desire is what network marketing is all about. I love recruiting because when you recruit a new person into your business, they come with excitement, passion, inspiration, and hope. And one new recruit to any team can change the entire trajectory of the team. So adding people to your team, partnering with them, and helping them get what they want is how we build teams. It's how we partner with people and truly expand the mission of Modere and serve the world with our amazing products. So I started my journey back in 2001. So I'm starting to think I'm a little bit of a dinosaur here in the industry. And when I started, guys, it was so different than it is today. But there's some things that stay the same. One of those things is traditional sales. The model of network marketing, you really need to know just 2 things: how to share the products, sell the products, and how to bring new people into your business by really sharing the business opportunity and inviting. And the reason why I'm going to spend just a moment around my story here is because there's a few things that are so important, and there's lessons that I've learned along the way around my own fears and how to hit those fears head on. Back when I first started, I was excited. I was so passionate about helping people, and, the littlest thing got me just so on fire for supporting and building a team. I knew right away it was something I wanted to do. But the trouble was I was doing it all wrong. I was talking about my success and, oh, my gosh, and here's what I did, and here's this, and here's that. And what I want you all to know is, although those things are very important, what's most important is to put on that servant leader hat. In other words, who am I going to help today? And start seeking and finding those people and attracting those people to you through our ATM process right here at Modere. And when I started, I had a whole lot of fears. I had those fears that I still hear today, like, oh, I don't want to bug people, or, I don't want to, come across as spammy. And here's what I want you guys to know. As network marketers, part of our jobs are to invite people. And again, realizing that at Modere, we have a dual-sided compensation plan. In other words, part of you may just be sellers, but those of you that are wanting to take advantage of the other side of the plan, you're wanting to build a team. And those folks, you know, you've got to be that person that is wanting to serve people and inviting. And so that's going to lead me to just share a little story with you. You know, I had written out a list of what I wanted my life to look like, and I was a corporate executive at Nordstrom. And as I left my work that evening, I was riding home on a ferry in Washington. I'm from Seattle, Washington, and just made a simple list of what I wanted my life to look like. And I remember as the ferry docked, I thought, oh my gosh, fat chance this is going to happen. And guys, wouldn't you know, 2 weeks later, my very best friend called me and said, you know, I just started with this company, and I think you'd be good at it. I have no idea if it would interest you, but check it out. And guys, that invitation almost 25 years ago changed my entire life. And the reason why I want to tell you, or the reason why I wanted to tell you this story is because had she not invited me, I wouldn't be here. Had she been too afraid of what I was going to think, I wouldn't be here, because I was one of those people that had to be invited. So if you are out there and you're wanting to build a team, I want you to get really good at popping the question, just putting it out there. And a great way to do that is simply by saying, I have no idea where you're at, but I just thought I'd put it out there. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? Guys, since then, I've built 4 multi-million-dollar organizations in the network marketing industry. Modere has been an incredible journey for me and my team. We've been here just a little over 2 years. And I want to just share now some announcements. So let's just kick right into announcement gear. And here we go. All right, so I'm going to give you the highlight announcements. And for those of you that want more of the details, you're going to go to buzz.shiftingretail.com. Okay, so the first big announcement, the one that I am just on fire about, is this spring surge. It's this recruiting incentive. It is such a great reason for you and me to pick up the phone, to message our friends, family, and to really chew up those engagement posts and business posts that you're doing by offering the business, by inviting, like I just shared. So right now, when a social marketer signs up with the XM kit, so the regular XM kit, it's $100 off. And with the ultimate XM kit, we call it the big kahuna, or I think it's the ultimate, it's $150 off. All right, when that new social marketer reaches the rank of senior consultant and bronze, and this, again, for all the real details, just go to the Buzz. But it started. This was effective March 1st, and it's going through May. When you reach that rank of senior consultant and bronze, the enroller and the social marketer will earn a $100 bonus, and in Canada, $130. All right. This one, I mean, again, you guys, to me, this just gives all of us a reason to talk to people. And that's what I love about incentives like this. Also, Modere is really going all in, giving us a full, 60 days, well, really from March, if you want to look at it that way, 90 days to meet the qualifications and achieve this. So it's also a great way to put extra money in your pocket as well. Okay, let's look at the end of month promo. We have our brand new BioCell, the hair, skin, and nails. So when you purchase any 2 bottles of the BioCell, you're going to receive the cell-proof body firming foam and the glass nail file. So again, that is your end of the month promo. That goes through May 1st. So need any more details, check the buzz. And then up and coming, guys, I want to just say this, for those of you that have been in network marketing or you're just beginning your journey, probably the very best tip that I could give anybody is continue to invest in yourself. And one of the things I love about being part of John and Nadia Mountain's, large team is the fact that they're always doing things to grow the social marketers. And it's not just in business skills. It's through leadership skills as well. So this coming, let's see here, May 31st through June 1st, so Friday night and all day Saturday at the Westin in Baltimore is our Director Dash. For those of you that are on the East Coast in that Maryland-Baltimore area, or, maybe you're flying in and coming from somewhere else because you've got a friend there, definitely get signed up for this. And there's an incredible lineup with top leaders from the team. And I will say this, you can easily get your ticket at mylifestyleacademy.com/Director Dash. So go check that out. And then last, the New Leader Conference. So this is going to be held in June, and you have until May 5th to qualify. So I want to make sure I bring this up because, this was something as new social marketers, when you achieve that rank of Director 1 or Platinum 1 for 2 months in a row, or if it's your first time promoting to Director or Platinum 1 within those months of, I think it's January through April, you can go to the you can go to the New Leader Conference, and Modere picks up the tab for everything. All you have to do is fly in. And this was such an incredible experience. In fact, Megan Miles, who's on the phone on this call right now, I'm just about ready to introduce her. Megan and I actually climbed to the top of that Y mountain and have pictures to prove it. It was such an amazing event. So, all right, guys, I'm about out of breath with all the announcements. And so what I want to do now is I want to take a moment and turn it over to Megan Miles, but I want to just tell you a little bit about Megan. Megan joined Modere back in, it's been a couple years now, and Megan has been in the network marketing industry for 11 years. When she joined Modere 2 years ago, she ranked up to Director 3 within the first 3 weeks of business. She's so passionate about helping team members generate leads and build true businesses with one of the best business models here at Modere. She's also lives here in Arizona and is a mom of one son named Anthony, whom I love. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Megan Miles.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Yay, awesome. Okay, what's up? Good morning, everybody. First off, kudos to you for tuning in on a Saturday morning and choosing to invest your time into yourself, your business, and really, growing your mindset. I've been in this industry almost 11 years, or I think over 11 years now, and one of the biggest things I've always learned is continuing to invest my time into personally developing myself. A mentor once told me, if you invest your wallet into your mind will fill up your wallet. And every time I'm looking at making an investment, whether it's time or money, I always ask myself, will this help my business grow further? Will this develop me more? And so, taking an hour out of your Saturday, I don't take lightly, honestly, because like I said, I'm a mom, like Joan said, I'm a mom. Saturdays are crazy, chaos, fun for family, but this is also my family here. So thanks for being on. a little out of breath. Sorry, I'm kind of overcoming a little cold, and it's still catching me. But I'm like, oh, my gosh. But, hey, guys, Joan was just talking about the new leader conference. And, I just have to say we were very fortunate enough to kind of decide to make a transition and, come over to Modere. And really after seeing, like, what was going on here. And, we were very fortunate to rank up the ranks, pretty quickly. And having been experienced that new leader conference, I must say that was probably one of the best experiences I've ever had in my network marketing career. So if you're even like halfway there, or you have any chance, or maybe you're here and you're brand new, look at what it takes to get on that trip, because I can promise you it will be one of the best decisions you've ever made. Tony Robbins says it's in our moments of decisions that our destinies are shaped. And I want to encourage you, if you have even just an inkling of desire to go to that, make the decision today, okay? And then reverse engineer what are the daily activities that you need to do to be there, because hands down, incredible trip. Joan, we had a blast with our leaders. I was just amazed and so refreshed by the home office, the fact that they really took care of us. That's what I love about our home office, is they always take care of us. So what I want to share a little bit about, because I'm fortunate today to, have the blessing of being able to plug into network marketing, but still as an entrepreneur, I'm out in the world starting other businesses as well. And I think the power and the leverage in network marketing is something that you should never lose sight on, I think back to a time in my business where, I kind of let the foot off the gas pedal a little bit, right? I know we've all been there. If we've been there, shake your head yes a little bit on the phone, shake your head yes. Like, we can all think of a season in life where we kind of look back and like, shoot, I probably let go of my business a little bit too much. I probably took a step back too much. I started to see things going down a little bit, and I started to think, what can I do? There's nothing I can do. And in a time right now where I feel like a lot of the industry, is feeling a residual effect of COVID, right? A time where we had a huge surge. People in general, leaders, are not building to quite the intense capacity that they were at that time, right? But here's the difference: is you have the option right now to be the next John Melton. You have the option to be the next Joan Robison. John is, I see him through my Facebook feed every single hour, I feel like. I mean, kudos to our leaders, John and Nadia and the other incredible leaders we have here. But, they pour into their business each and every day and set an example. And so with network marketing, even if it's, hey, I've only got 30 minutes to devote today because I work full time, I've got the kids, all this is happening, that 30 minutes, the compound of residual effect a year later is absolutely insane. It's so insane what 30 minutes to 60 minutes a day can do to your business when you look back a year from now, even 90 days from now, right? And so right now, in such a time that's filled of scarcity, right, it's the best time to build your business, because everybody, I don't care who you are, I'm at Costco, and let me just say, olive oil is $25. I mean, can I afford the olive oil? I can. But I don't like giving my money away. Let's just be honest. And everybody can use some extra cash. So it's the perfect time, like Joan said, to be of service and think of, who can you help today? Who can you invite? Make it a point when you're out and about even, or when you're online, start to complement people's skill sets. Get yourself out there, Maybe you see other people online who are showing up consistency and are building a brand and are in the stories often. Start a conversation. Offer them a compliment. Hey, Joan, I noticed that you're going live every day or every week. You're showing up online, and you've got such a great skill set. You've got a magnetic energy that, brings in an audience. Have you ever thought about doing something like what I do? Open up their mind, because I promise you, if you come from that place of service, like Joan said, people will flock to you. So, guys, I don't know how much of if that was kind of a little bit of my story, a little tip. I went off on a little tangent there.
Well, I just want to say, Megan, that's so good. And, I really feel, I feel like right now, and you really hit the nail on the head, is it resembles back in 2008 and 2009. And guys, I was building a team at that time, and there were some of the same feelings and things going on in the world. And I'll tell you what, our team buckled down, and they focused on inviting and offering the business to every person. And they also were highly focused on leveling up their service. So people are always looking for the next bright, shiny object, or like, what's the secret sauce right now? And Megan, you hit it on the head. The secret sauce is service. It's all of us getting back to the business basics and offering our products, offering our business, because this is a time where this business will fulfill so many people, whether it is for a little extra money, whether it's for community, whether it's just to have something of their own. So, Megan, I love what you shared. I would love if you could offer maybe a couple recruiting tips on social media that would be helpful to the group.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Yeah, I absolutely can. And real quick before I do, let me just say, too, is, I might have brought up a Pandora's box here talking about the economy and things like that, but I wouldn't be doing you guys service if I were standing here telling you it's going to be so easy. Building this business is going to be a piece of cake. It's not, but it's going to be worth it. And, I'm an absolute open book, so, at any time, if you want to friend me, message me, any questions, like, I love the friendships I've built through this community. But, yeah, I'm such an open book. So as far as social media, I think one of the biggest things is, if you haven't already, start building your brand. Build your brand. It can be as simple as just determining, what type of content are you going to talk about? Who are you going to help online? When I first got in this industry, I thought, okay, I'm going to, just start inviting everybody. And not to say that inviting the people or, people of different backgrounds isn't good. But when you're working online, you've got to really train the algorithm who you want your content to be in front of, what type of content you want it to be in front of. You can't trick the algorithm, but you can predict them and you can train them, right? And when you're consistent about the types of content you talk to, the types of people you talk to, the algorithm will literally flood those people to you. So I'll give you a quick kind of Instagram tip that you can do is, let's say you're someone who is focused on helping homeschool moms, just as an example. Maybe you're a homeschool mom, and by the way, if you're sitting here like, I don't know who I should be helping, like I have people all the time getting stuck on that. Most often, your target audience is you. So let's say you're a homeschool mom, and you've got a desire to help other homeschool moms launch an online business, right? Well, what I would do is I would go to Instagram, okay? And if you have your phone right now, just do it right here. I promise you, like this one thing, do this for 5 to 10 minutes a day. Build this habit for 30 days. You will start to see these types of people engage in your content if you do it consistently. So pull up your Instagram, go to the little circle for search, and at the top, just put homeschool mom, okay? And what you're doing here is you're looking for 3 accounts that you can begin to engage with on a daily basis. And here's how you determine which type of accounts those are. Go look at, the first 10 to 20 of those, and you want to look, do they have a large following? A, because you want to follow an account that has a large following. B, are they getting good engagement? And C, are the types of people commenting, do those look like your people? Is that your tribe, right? So first off, let's say they've got 20,000 followers. Okay, cool. That's cool. How many comments are they getting on their posts? If they're getting like 0 to 3, probably not the best. If they're getting like 5, 10, more plus, 100, that's a great account of followers. Go to those comments, click on a couple of those profiles, and think, is this someone that I would want to engage with, that I would want to bring into my business? Now, every day, let's say you pull those 3 profiles now and just save those profiles, follow them, definitely follow them. Save those profile links in a little notepad. And every day after you post your social media reel, post, whatnot, go over to those accounts. Go in the comments, comment on their stuff, and engage with their audience, okay? This is going to tell the algorithm, hey, I just posted. These are the type of people that I want engaging on my content. It doesn't mean, oh, you're stealing their audience, like I want these people to come to me. No. It's just training the algorithm. This is the type of person I want you to put in front of my content. And here's the thing. I'll finish with this, okay? You opened up a Pandora's box with the social media, Joan. Here's the thing. People, I just lost my train of thought.
Here's the thing.
Yeah. So the algorithm, the algorithm can be trained. And why would the algorithms want to show your content to the type of people that want to engage? The algorithm isn't against you. I have to say that. A lot of people think, oh my gosh, the algorithm's against you. No. The algorithms want you to train them, because the more they can get your ideal client in front of your content and engage with you, you continue to create content as a content creator. And people who pay the platforms for advertising are happy because more people are scrolling through the feeds. So as a content creator, you are helping the communities, and the platforms reward you as content creators by putting more people in front of your content. Because if you are happy, you keep making content, and people who pay for advertising keep having their ideal buyers on the platforms as well. So that's a little
awesome
on the algorithm. I hope that helps. I know I went a little on, but guys, thanks for having me on, Joan. Thank you for hosting the call, and really tune up, because the next 2 speakers, I promise you, will be the best. The reason why is because they're doing the basics over and over, and I believe one of them is fairly new, having killer results. Mm-hmm. And with that, you're asking, what should I be doing? Just follow exactly what they're doing, because I promise you, success leaves clues. All right, Joan, thanks so much.
That's awesome. All right, well, we're giving it up for you. It's a virtual clap, Megan. That was awesome, and thanks for just pulling those tips right out. We really appreciate it. Guys, those are some great tips on, how to get in front of your audience over there on Instagram. So next up, we have got Sarah Wilgenbusch, and I got to tell you guys, this gal has come out of the gates like a fireball. She has been with Modere for only 2 weeks. And let me tell you what, she's closing in on platinum. We were in a chat with her upline and myself, and the excitement, I could just hear it right through her text messages. Sarah, you are just brand new to Modere. You're a traveling nurse by day. Tell us a little bit about you, and also what really attracted you to Modere?
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I am just completely honored to be here. I literally started last Thursday. I think that was the 18th, and everything has just gone crazy. I literally just started this product because I was stuck and I needed something new, and my beautiful friend April was doing it, so I'm like, okay, well, why not? So a little backstory, I'm married to my husband. We have 2 French bulldogs. We live in a town of 400 in Iowa, so not a lot going on here, but I'm a travel nurse full-time. I work in critical care for 18 years. So obviously the biggest thing that got me to Modere is I missed, when I was with other companies, the community and just having a purpose. And I just know that the biggest thing with social media is having people have a trust in you. Like, don't just come at them with like some kind of a scammy message. That took me years to figure out. No cold messaging here. So really just like what you guys said, like engaging with people. If they're posting about something, reach out to them, like be a human. So I guess it's so hard for me to have a grasp on this new company because you guys have just been so welcoming and wonderful. And I know that you're like that with everybody. So I can feel it instantly with Jen, and got in some conversations with John. And I was like, oh, okay, I kind of just wanted the big package, like the promo. So
you wanted the whole thing.
Yep. So I kind of just got thrown into it, and I was like, well, okay. So, of course, doing the products and having a good result is very helpful, and I just really noticed, I'm like, okay, that was the difference, and just feeling it and showing people. I don't really know, like, if it just got real crazy real fast. I would say consistency. Like, literally, I post. I work 12-and-a-half-hour shifts, so I wake up at 4:45 in the morning. Sometimes I get my reels ready and save them in my drafts because I don't want to post everything at 6 in the morning. So
right.
Really, thinking ahead. I try to post like whatever I'm doing personal development with a picture where I look the happiest. That really helps me. So people don't always think I'm happy, but and then I really I'm consistent throughout the day. Obviously, as a nurse, I don't get as much done, so I hit it hard on the days that I have off. Really just fitting it in. Yeah, taking time for myself because then I'm not just on my phone and doing all the things. The ranking. The ranking for me. Oh, what's that?
Yeah. Oh no, you finish, and then I've got a question for you. Go ahead.
Okay. So I would say the biggest thing is recognition, but not just hitting a rank and staying there. That's what I've learned in my past. Like, oh, okay, like I'm at this level, but don't let off the pedal ever. Like, why? There's no reason to, and if I do and when I do, because I have, everything like a month or two later is kind of like, kind of stagnant. So finding new people like me that have this energy and putting it and pouring it into your new marketer. I mean, that's what's going to keep moving the needle forward. I would say that's the biggest thing.
I love that. Sarah, you hit on something so important. So all of you guys listening out there, I want to make mention of this. There isn't anybody in network marketing that has worked at a sprint speed and just continues like, rah, right out the gates. It doesn't happen. What I love what Sarah said is she said remain consistent. And she also said there's been times, in other words, she recognized in her past business, where she did take her foot off the gas. And I want to talk about that because there's some of you listening right now that maybe you're newer here to Modere and you didn't have the success, maybe at another company, or maybe you're within Modere and you've taken your foot off the gas and you're not feeling very good about it. So you're like, I'm going to re-engage. I want you to know it's perfectly fine. Re-engage today. I think most people get so caught up in what they didn't do that it can discourage them so much that they often don't get started again, or they're, in these stuck places for so long. So my tip around that also is, guys, if you've had a lull, don't look at the lull. kind of do what I call flipping the switch, do an about face, and start today again. You start fresh every single day. And if you can maintain that momentum, this is what Sarah's talking about, that compounds over time. Megan shared it as well. 30 minutes a day over 1 year's time, it's like almost 11,000 minutes, right? So I just have to say, I want you to think of your business almost like when you're at a restaurant, okay? Most people have other full-time jobs or kids or, other commitments. So when you're in your business, remember, touch your business every day. And I say like a restaurant because what I mean is when you go into a restaurant, if you just sit there and you don't get bread and water, you start to get agitated and kind of wonder, well, where's my server? They're kind of wondering if they don't see you for a few days, where's that girl, that person that was, all excited about her business, right? So we want to be consistent and be in front of them, even if it's just a little bit, even if we're just giving them a little bread and water. You don't have to totally disconnect, but if you do, you just jump back in with both feet. Okay, Sarah, I got another question for you. It seems that you just started 2 weeks ago. If you were going to give somebody on this call some tips or, even a couple things to do, what would you say? Someone's just getting started. What would be the first couple things you would do to create a win, right now for them? What would your tips be?
I would say the biggest thing for me is I'm a list person. So we're all busy, we all have things, or we all decide that Netflix was going to be on instead. I would say stop scrolling your phone. And because I get really bad, I just sit and scroll. Set a timer and engage with people for 10 minutes. Like literally only 10 minutes. Set a timer and then post something that you think that somebody might need today. Like motivation or something that just to pick them up. I mean, it doesn't have to be, just go to Pinterest and say motivational quote or new business beginning quote, something that's going to maybe grab that person, even if they just like your post, they're still watching you. I would say the biggest thing for me is don't get like hung up on, oh my gosh, I didn't get any comments or anything, whatever. People are still watching you. And when I went live, when I totally told everybody, because they've been asking me if I've been, what I've been doing, I had so much engagement that I was so overwhelmed, but don't let go of that feeling. That's a good feeling to have. Like all these people need you. Like I just didn't even know what to do. I just kind of was like, here I am and I'm doing this. Another thing I would say is follow up with your people, because don't just send them a link and be like, but no, ask them what their goals are. So you can, this company itself with that ATM group has completely and utterly changed my network marketing mindset. Like that is the gold, guys. I cannot believe that not everybody does that, because that links us all together as one, and you're not out there by yourself. So that is just, I literally was just like, what? I don't have to do all of this by myself. So kind of went off on that part.
I love it. No. Great tips, guys. And, if we can boil those tips down, I mean, it's like Sarah said, she just showed you some different ways to maximize time. And I don't know if you caught it, but I sure did. She works 12-hour days and is still just about ready to hit platinum today or tomorrow in 2 weeks here at Modere. So, guys, get organized, get your list, set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes. Do those time blocks and stay focused on your DMOs. You can get that DMO sheet if you don't have it yet right there in MLife in the boards. And I'm going to tell you what, if you follow that and you look up and you're done doing your DMOs, then you just had a great day. So, Sarah, I want to thank you so much for being willing to give of your time today. I also want to say huge congrats to you in your first 2 weeks, and I know that you're hitting platinum, and we just want to thank you for being here today, and we're so glad that you chose Modere.
Oh, thank you so much. This has been absolutely wonderful, and I'm just so excited for everything coming up.
All right. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Sarah. Next up, we have Stephanie, and I want to make sure I say your name right, Stephanie. Stephanie Chorba. Is that right? Did I get it right? Is Stephanie on?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Did I say your name right? Oh, geez.
You're close. Stephanie Chorba.
Chorba. Okay, there we go. Chorba. All right.
Got to put a B in there.
Okay. Well, okay. Stephanie, I just want I want to take a moment. I want to just say that, after reading a little bit about you, and you're so funny. You're like, I'm a single lady. I'm thinking, well, I am too. And what I love, though, guys, about what Stephanie shared is she joined because she loved the products and she wanted to build a customer pod. But after being a part of Modere, she got so excited about building a team and introducing people to the products. And just recently, you've had 2 social marketers promote up the ranks. And what was it? They rank advanced in two different times, right? Just immediately.
They did immediately, yes, in the first 2 weeks of joining.
Yes, that is so awesome, and huge congrats to you, Stephanie. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you so excited about Modere.
Well, sure. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here. So a little bit about me. I live here in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I work full-time in medical device sales during the day. So, and I cover the entire U.S., so my days are pretty long. And whatever opportunity that I have to work Modere, just like Sarah said, just setting a timer is extremely beneficial. So I started with Modere in September of this last year, 2023. And I was actually with another company for 5 months before Modere. And it was also a health and wellness company, and I was on calls with prospects, with people that are interested in the products, and I was on calls for hours and talking about the product and bringing in somebody from my upline to help me answer questions that I couldn't. And it was just taking up so much time, and I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So I hired a business coach, and she actually introduced me to John Melton. So I didn't know anything about John. I started following him on social media and just learning about the simple system that he has in place. And it just it blew my mind. So, it's just, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's systems in place that is going to take so much less of my time, and the HCM system. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I think we have a little delay. I apologize because I feel like I'm running over you, but I want to just say one thing. You're bringing up systems, and we talked in the beginning, guys, that right now everything is all about relationships and systems. So I just have to say that, the team here at Modere, John Melton's team, we have got the most incredible systems for people to succeed. And I love that you shared that, Stephanie, because, people are always wanting to maximize time. And I couldn't agree with you more that when we are, giving an hour, 2 hours or more trying to answer questions because maybe there isn't something in place, right? We are big promoters here at Modere of letting the tools work for you and then connecting and then letting the tools work, right? So, Stephanie, share with the crew here a little bit about how you effectively use those systems, for your customers and recruits.
It's so much easier than what I was doing. I can't believe just having with the systems in place here. Okay, so if somebody reaches out, so I'm posting on social media as much as I can and in my stories and making reels, and I'm still figuring it all out. You don't need to have it all figured out in the beginning. And I'm one that needs to know everything right now and be perfect. So that's just not the way it goes with social marketing. But so when somebody reaches out or comments on one of my reels or in my stories, or if I'm taking a picture of myself with the product, I just get them into a group, depending if they want to be a customer or if they're interested in the business side of things. And I tag them in a video to watch and then follow up with them afterwards. So the system is doing the work for me, whereas before I was exhausted. I was on the phone for hours trying to explain the products and the ingredients. You don't have to know all of that here at Modere. We've got systems and videos and people to put them in a group chat with that will help answer all of these questions. So it's easier to get off on a fast start and to not be so bogged down with having to figure everything out on your own.
Yeah. Well, I just have to speak to that because I know there's people listening right now that felt or feel the same way you or I did. You feel like you want to know everything before you go recruit somebody, or you feel like you've got to, have, so much time under your belt before you can go sell a product. You've got to be using it, the whole thing. And guys, here's what I want to echo also, what Stephanie's sharing, is the systems that are in place do the heavy lifting for you. So one of the best things that people can do is watch the training videos yourself so right? There's, these certain videos, these are the ones that I'm going to share with my business prospects. These are the ones I'm going to share with my people looking to products, and we have both those ATM groups. They're also learning as they're looking around in those groups. They're seeing all the success of people here within our team at Modere. I mean, there's thousands of people in those groups. And then you get to follow up. And I love that I can say to somebody, I'm so glad I know a little bit more about you. Now, I'd love to share this video with you because it's going to explain it even better than I could. And then, boom, you're popping them in the group. Or like you said, you do three-way chat. So I'd love to ask you just a little bit more. Tell the group, Stephanie, what can they learn, or what have you learned maybe about three-way chats and how effective those are?
So you're not alone. You're never on your own. You can reach out to anybody and get them in a group chat, people that have been doing this way longer than I have, because I can't answer everyone's questions. So after somebody says they're interested and I put them in a group and I tag them in a video, when they're interested in the opportunity, I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. Like, what are your goals? I want to introduce you to people that have been doing this longer than I have. That can kind of give you a little bit of their background and answer any questions you have. So that way,
I love that.
There's other people that are also helping out and answering questions and maybe giving a different perspective on things than I can, since I've only been here for a couple months. So
right.
it's really a team effort here.
Yeah, and, I love that you shared that. And for those of you, again, maybe you haven't experienced as many three-way chats, or maybe you're somebody that gets a little nervous, like, oh, I don't want to put them in a chat with someone. I don't want them to, sell the person. I just was talking with some members of my own team just yesterday about three-way chats, guys, and I have to say this. Three-way chats are a great way, as Stephanie just shared, for your prospects to get another perspective. So here in our team, you can add leaders to a three-way chat, and all you have to do is do a little recap of what that person is looking for, what they're interested in, and then the people know to share their parts of the story around whatever that person, is interested in. So let's say that somebody's interested in knowing about the dual-sided compensation plan, or, they want to know a little bit more about the systems we have in place, or they want to know, a little bit more about products or the kits. Anything that comes up, you can prompt that in the story, in the three-way chat, and people will include talking about those. And I love the three-way chats, and I simply say, hey, I'm going to pop you in a chat with some of the other leaders here at Modere so that they can give you their perspective and experience. And I'm going to tell you what, people come out of those chats and they're like, wow, this is just an incredible group of people. And we are here. So, Stephanie, I want to just say thank you so much for being willing to give your time here today. And I want to congratulate you on all the success you're having and, building a team and whatnot. If you were going to give somebody, a tip to really starting off strong here at Modere and, being, as passionate and as excited as you are, what would you say to somebody?
Oh, gosh. As far as you're putting me on the spot. As far as getting started, I don't know. I would just jump in and do it and figure it out as you go, because that's exactly what I have. You're not alone, and you've got you've got a team of people. One thing that really excited me about this is the onboarding process. There's a step-by-step plan and training in place. So you're not going to have all the answers. You're not going to have them today. I still don't have all the answers. However, we've got the resources to find those answers. So you don't need to, if you don't want to build a team, you don't have to build a team. When I started, I'm like, I don't want anything to do with building a team. I don't want to have to hold somebody's hands. I don't want to have to, motivate somebody to work. And now my everything is completely shifted because I have awesome people on my team that have just motivated me and just bouncing ideas off of each other and, doing this together. So I guess, just getting started and then just figuring out what you want to do, right? We've got the customer. You can build customers, you can recruit a team, or you can do both.
Yeah. And you know what?
And you don't need to have all the answers right now.
No, and you said it so beautifully. Right at the beginning you said, I say just jump into action. And you know what? There is no better time than now. So those of you on this call that are kind of maybe a little nervous to pop the question, I think that's a lot of people. I want you to take yourself out of the equation, and I want you to think about, who might need the business, because by simply offering, you're not going to offend anybody. And again, I always use the restaurant as an example, but I want you to think about when the server comes back around and you've finished with dinner, what do they say? Here's what we have for dessert. Or Here's our dessert menu. They aren't nervous about it. They just know it's part of their job. So if you can put on that servant hat, get into action, and whether you're building on the team side or whether you're just building on the customer side, think of yourself as that servant leader that is seeking and finding people to help. If you can do that, the fear of what they're going to think of you goes out the window because you're coming from a place of service. And Stephanie, I want to just congratulate you on all of the success that you've had. And again, thank you for your story and for your tips. This has been amazing. And I just want to say to everybody out there, have a beautiful rest of your weekend. You can catch the Saturday all-team calls every Saturday, same time, same station, and you're going to hear from more leaders and, more people that are as excited as all of the people here today on these calls. So have a beautiful Saturday, everybody, and thank you to all of you who shared today. Bye-bye.